we have some special guests. One of my special guests is already here.
Hello there. Oh my God, it's so good to be back. I don't remember the last time I did a presentation here for the community, so kind of missing it now in a very different stage from what I'm used to. But yeah, but I'm really glad to be back and, of course, give you some nice news.
Okay, yeah, thanks, great. And our other guest is Sasha. Hopefully, Sasha is already here and able to talk to us. Sasha, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, great.
The same, guys. So I'm very excited and yeah, very excited to be your guest. And Leo, nice to see you, man. And yeah.
Okay, yeah. Probably you have also a camera then later. We start today with two main topics, yeah, and the main topic is Zeniq ecosystem as promised. Yeah, we will give you an update, not me, but especially Leo and Sasha. Woo as a lighthouse project of the Zeniq Smart Chain is also a topic because I guess it's important to understand for everyone that we are really part of the game, and we want to explain to everyone how this is for tonight. This is our main task, and I will start, of course, with a short presentation at the beginning of our project Woo, and then I will hand over to Sasha and Leo, and then to make an update, a deep dive about the status of the Zeniq ecosystem. Outlook. Okay, so I have a presentation. We have a presentation prepared, and I will share my screen. Just a second, please. So it's here, desktop. Okay. And this is okay. So, and I go into the presentation mode. Okay, great. Sasha told me that they can't hear us. Yeah, probably again. Sorry about. Can someone give us in the chat the information whether you can hear? Okay, I need to activate the chat function. You can hear us? Okay. Okay, great. So then we can start with the presentation. Yeah, welcome, Woo. Yeah, the first part. And I just make it a little bit shorter than we have our presentation in a regular basis. This is on Monday, on Thursday with Mark and Thomas. They are explaining our project in detail. So please join these calls if you need all the detailed information, also about the hub, the minting and everything. So tomorrow again, we have the series on Thursday, and they will give you all the details. So this is just a short. And what is Woo? What is Woo about? Yeah, Woo, what are we doing? And especially we are now talking about the travel revolution and the Woo travel, because we are pretty close to launch the travel app within the next weeks. So the plan is still to launch at end of October, beginning of November. And we are totally excited that we are pretty much on the right way in time. So the travel revolution. So the Woo travel app will bring out is an all-in-one travel tool for you as a customer. Yeah, and the special thing is you can get rewards. Yeah, and you can create also future income, and it is built to create a huge community. Yeah, and we will see later Zeniq ecosystem community. Woo travel also targeted to create this type of community. So what is Woo as a company? Woo develops software for the aviation industry, and in the future we will add something to the aviation, but I will tell you a little bit later. We were founded already in 2018, and we're based in Austria and in Switzerland. We have our new company incorporated in Swiss a couple of months ago. This company will be then responsible for the implementation of the VU Travel app and the operation of the whole system. We have our own development team, which is located in Austria, and then we have also some people in Swiss working for us, all in-house developed, so no external resources used. We started also in the past with our B2B solution. This is called VU Flights, and this is a private jet booking B2B marketplace. In the market running for 2 years right now, and we are totally lucky that we got some special rewards too. Yeah, this year already in the industry rewards. So the industry rewarded us as one of the best technical solutions in the field of the business aviation. This is a great honor for us, and it's a proof for us that we're on the right path with the development of our solution. And why is this business private booking that important for us? Because it's the basis, it's one of the pillars of the VU Travel app. Because the VU Travel app, which is starting, as you can see it here again, in October, is using and is somehow based on the technology of the B2B business aviation solution, because we are implementing this B2B into B2C private jet booking into our VU Travel app. Okay, and the question we always talked about this question, I guess, in our lives. Have you always wanted to fly for free? First one, and earn money at the same time? This is an interesting question, and I guess we have the solution right now for you and the community, because we have our own product, which is called VU Miles. You know, the frequently flyer programs out in the world have their own programs, and we also have our own program. But this program is not only for 1 or 2 airlines, it's for all the airlines in the world, the same reward program. So no difference. If you book a flight with VU Travel, you will be rewarded. Yeah, we do not care if you fly with Lufthansa, with Emirates, or if you fly with a private jet, you will be rewarded in our own token. So you can get personal rewards. You can build your own crew so that you can create some passive income. There's also a possibility to become a promoter of VU, then you can get a promoter bonus. It's valid for airlines worldwide. And when we start in the next weeks, we will start with more than 400 airlines worldwide. In the next weeks, we will show in our channels. If you follow the channels, please follow. Then we will give you step by step the information in which country, which airline is supported by VU Travel. The rewards you get out of the program, these are real values. So this is real money, yeah. But you will get the money in our own VU or Zeniq tokens, will be your choice. And with this token, you can do whatever you want. You can buy a Coke with it, or you can swap it. You can forward to your family, to your friends. This is real value. This is not just something as a mile, which is only be able to use for, let's say, an upgrade in the airline or an umbrella or a hat or something. No, it's real value, and this is important. And it's a real all-in-one solution. It's the first all-in-one solution, because we are creating something special, because we are building an ecosystem, implementing not only the airlines, but also in the future the business jet. So we have a combination of both in only one travel app. We have our special program, viral marketing program, because if you want to become a big company, you need to go viral with marketing so that the people refer our app to their friends, the families. And this is the VU Miles program with the referral program. So as I told you, you can create active income. This means if you book a flight with our VU Travel app, you will get a reward directly. And you can create passive income. in terms of referring the app to someone else, and then you can create for 5 lines people, and each time someone in your crew is booking a flight, he will get a reward, but you will also get a passive income. I can show you here. So this is an active income. If you book a flight, you will get a direct income. So, and this is the passive income, yeah, up to 5 tiers. You can create your crew, and each time someone in your crew is booking a flight, you will get a reward. And some of us are knowing, let's say 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, and all these people know other people's, and then you can reach a number of community, and this really counts. And I have a second question for you. Have you always wanted to be part of a global corporation? A corporation going to become a unicorn, for example, or a corporation which has the goal to make an ICO in a couple of years. This is what we want to be, yeah. And now we are on this in the status that we are just finishing all our developments and going into the market and start our business, and will scale. And this is probably the right moment to jump in and to become a part of WOO. And there are different solutions how you can become a part of WOO. The first thing is you can purchase a hub. Yeah? The hub is minting WOO token. These tokens are the gas for our reward program. Yeah. So we have the WOO token mint, and then we have the token rewards. These rewards, you also be a part of WOO, and of course you can participate also in the increase in value of the token, because if the company is successful in the market, also the token will be increase in value because the company is increasing in value. This is important to understand. There's a link. And the second thing is, the more people using WOO Travel, the more rewards we are paying out, the more demand we are creating on the market for buying the token on the market before we can pay it out as a reward. This means the more people flying with WOO, the more rewards we pay out, the more demand for our own token, Avinok and WOO token we are creating. This is only what's next, but this is not the future. So I will give you a future perspective. The target vision, the target is to become the Uber of aviation. The Uber of aviation means more than 100 million people as members of the WOO Travel program. 100 million people, Uber of aviation. But Uber is taxi. WOO is aviation. Taxi, aviation. So I guess that's a huge difference. You will understand. But this is not all. The vision is to become the Amazon of travel, because the app is called WOO Travel. It's not called, it's called WOO Travel. So this means we have unlimited opportunities with our app, because everything which is connected with travel could be part of the WOO Travel solution. So you can see car rental, you can see sightseeing tours. Yeah, you can book a concert ticket, you can book a restaurant, you can book a hotel room, whatever you want. These are all the possibilities, unlimited. And if you're talking about travel industry, then we are talking about really huge numbers going into the trillions. Okay, so this is the unlimited opportunities. This is the outlook. So don't miss your once in a lifetime chance. I guess this is something I want to tell you now. Yeah? And probably it's the right time. Okay, and now we will hand over a little bit soft second part of our presentation. And before I start with it, and before I hand over, a few words, because when I jumped into the system, the ecosystem we're talking about right now, this is already 3 years ago, we started with it in a partnership, and we had the same challenges at that time in the past, which are now also on our table and even stronger, and we will see it much more in our daily lives, these challenges. The first one is a digital transformation. We can see it every day. We can see it, how it changes our lives, how it changes our work, and probably you are a little bit stressed in terms of it could be happen that I will lose my job based on digital transformation. Then we can see a huge transformation also of wealth. This is also happening these days. And the third challenge, for me, one of the most challenge is the centralized financial control with the CDBCs. Yeah, and this is really scary. And what the ecosystem, the idea of the ecosystem, the Zeniq ecosystem in the past, yeah, was something to overcome these challenges. And I guess now it's time, Leo and Sasha, to hand over to you and to give you the chance to talk a little bit more about the Zeniq ecosystem.
Hi guys, so first of all, it's a huge honor to be here and be back talking to the community and especially sharing everything that's going on. Since the biggest changes when Zeniq as a company stopped existing, a lot of questions start to emerge inside the community, right? So we are here today to clarify all this and hopefully give you a small glimpse of the brilliant future we have ahead, right? So the most important thing is to actually comprehend what was the former Zeniq company and why is so the Zeniq started with this vision of aiming to foster financial freedom through access to easy and secure blockchain technology. What this means? Well, blockchain technology, despite being super innovative, it was still very hard to access if you're talking about the big masses. So when you talk about mass adoption, you cannot have that has a huge knowledge barrier to be a part of it, right? So in the beginning, it was extremely restricted to super nerds, computer engineers, computer scientists. So the main vision that created this whole company, and of course, everything described on this white paper, is to make this more accessible, more easy, and of course, secure to everyone. So the mission, they focus on providing all these cutting-edge solutions with the biggest quality, of course, and an infrastructure that would enable this project to come to life. And infrastructure is a very important thing because it's actually what differs these blockchain projects you have out there. And this ecosystem, besides being fully decentralized with different hardware solutions, very unique hardware solutions. Nowadays, when you observe competitor blockchain projects, they don't have anything like this. They don't have a hardware that enables a person who is not a tech savvy to actually participate in the, let's say, the blockchain transactions, the crypto transactions, where they're actually participating in generating, sustaining this infrastructure for the blockchain itself, for the ecosystem. So this is one of the things that makes us most unique. And of course, if we want to get a bit more into detail of this ecosystem, we like to describe this as 360 degrees, where we cover absolutely all aspects of the technology. So we start first with the hub, which is one of the main pillars, not only this all-in-one solution and that you cannot see in other chains, but also the main tool that enables people that are not inside the stack universe participated to sustain it and to make it grow. Second of all, we need to have a fuel that powers everything that's going on in this ecosystem, all the projects, all the infrastructure, and how this connects with the community, with the project leader, and everything that's going to be developed on this chain. So it needs a fuel, and this fuel is a Zeniq coin. Also, besides this field, we have the ability to create new innovative projects and, of course, compensate the community by the effort in maintaining this infrastructure. And therefore, when you have these meeting projects, this is a way to keep the projects growing, to interact with new solutions, and, of course, keep the community engaged and being rewarded for all the effort in making everything run smoothly. For creating all sorts of projects, contracts, with all the solutions decentralized. Just a blockchain is not enough, because the blockchain, you can make transactions. So instead of moving information from one side to the other in the internet, you're actually able to move value, but it's just value. So the smart chain actually adds an extra layer that allows you to do computations, to do intelligent project execution. So this is the layer that enables us to have projects like VU, for example, in our chain. And of course, this needs to have some place where all these solutions, they connect together and they're easy to use and on the range of the community. And this is another unique, which is the Nomo app, where it's basically an application that is tailored for this chain specifically. So when you look at the other competitor chains around there, of course, you have wallet applications that you are able to do transactions here and there, but an app that is designed to not only act as a wallet, of course, do the basics that every blockchain should allow. It's also tailored so that all the solutions that are running inside this blockchain, they're not only accessible, but they're accessible in a very comprehensive way for the normal. We're thinking about mass adoption is not only about, yeah, I have some resources in this block, it is there, I can do transactions here and there. No, he needs to be able to access everything, interact with every single project, and do this in a simple way. So the Nomo app is the only solution nowadays that's capable of providing this level of interactivity for all the users, no matter their knowledge background. The swapping, of course, it's a base solution that allows all this exchange of values inside the ecosystem. Like, we don't just want to interact with the VU project. We want to be able to use the VU travel rewards and the VU miles rewards, for example, to be able to not only interact with flight tickets or be enclosed space industry. No, we want to be able to interact with everything that's outside. All the industries that are using the blockchain ecosystem, we should be able to extract the value of them. And this is only able with the swap, which is basically our DEX version 1. Of course, explorers is super important pillar in any blockchain project to have the transparency, to understand what is going on. And well, all the different tokens we have that represent all the projects, what is going on inside the chain, how they're developing, in which directions they're going. So of course, this different tokens, not only the values that are being created inside the chain, but also that help us to see which direction the ecosystem is growing to, right? So this 360 solution that was the main proposal that was described in the original white paper. What about in everything that was accomplished before the let's say the end of Zeniq as a company, we can say that's mission accomplished, because all these topics that were described there, they were developed and released to the community, right? So this marks the end of Zeniq as a company in accomplishing this mission, where all these solutions, all this infrastructure needed in order to exist and go for the next step, which is what I'm going to talk about now, that I want to share with you, right? So you probably saw that the title of this call to be Zeniq Ecosystem Unchained, which is kind of an unusual term if you're talking about a blockchain, right? But there's a very specific reason for that, and I'm going to explain this to you. So, right now, what is unchained? What does this mean in a blockchain context? Well, first of all, we need to understand that the life cycle of Zeniq has basically two parts. First of the cycle is Zeniq as a company. And the second part is Zeniq existing as an ecosystem that is independent of the company, right? So here we have the characteristics comparing this first stage as a company and what happens when you change this for this open ecosystem, right? When you think about Zeniq as a company, it grows with a centralized vision. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually pretty good if you want to achieve a very specific goal. So when you have a centralized vision, it means that you're quite focused and you know that you need to use the resources you have available. And this is super important to creating the ecosystem. But once the ecosystem is created, it means that this is not more locked into the vision of the one centralized entity, one centralized company, which was Zeniq. This now allows for any other participants, other companies, other projects, individuals who see in this ecosystem a tool to realize, to bring his projects to life. This project now can grow with multiple visions, right? So it doesn't need to follow one single direction. This ecosystem can grow now in several different directions. Second of all, it's the temporary existence of the company. The company was created, as any other company is created, with the objective of delivering one sort of solution to the world. The objective of Zeniq as a company was structure that would bring not only this unique solution in blockchain that we see, but also to make this accessible for every single person in the world. Computer scientists, drivers, pilots, swimmers, it doesn't matter, right? So having this centralized vision allowed Zeniq to, in its existence time, to deliver this infrastructure to the world. And now this infrastructure, which is the Zeniq ecosystem, does not need a company anymore to be maintained because it has its community that has all these hubs, all the hardware, all the infrastructure. So this infrastructure, this ecosystem is now alive by itself. It can sustain by itself, and through the community, it can grow itself. So it does not depend on the company anymore, and especially it's not chained to the company resources anymore. So it has unlimited power to grow, which is exactly the third point. A company, being a single company, it has limited resources. I have a limited amount of money where I can invest to develop, and I have a limited amount of people working on my projects. If I have a single, very clear objective, then yes, this is super useful. Once it's completed and I have this infrastructure where I open the world so that the whole world can actually collaborate to make this grow, then I change from a context where I have limited resources to a context where I have unlimited resources. So to make this very clear for you is Zeniq as a company existed only to kickstart the ecosystem, to bring this to life. Once the ecosystem is alive, it's kept alive, but by you, the community, the developers, and the developers, they come from this possibility of interacting with the code that's built on this ecosystem. We call it open source, right? Open source is the most powerful force in tech because it allows every single developer in any part of the world to not interact with projects, but to develop, to make. So Zeniq, as a company, creates this infrastructure. You, as a community, keep this infrastructure alive and growing. And of course, the open source allows this ecosystem to grow with different views, different projects, different people from all over the world. So just for you to have an idea, the power of open source, these are all the companies, and I bet you know every single one of them that use open source. And you might be thinking, wait a second, you're talking about Google, Amazon, these guys have unlimited money to do open source. Yes, even though they have unlimited money and resources, apparently, they understand that you can only scale, you can only go beyond all the resources you have if you actually go open source, interact with the community, because then you interacting, let be exposed to different views, different talents, different developers, different people. So this is what Zeniq ecosystem is exposed to all this amazing source of power development and growth, which is open source. I even left like some QR code here so you can have a glimpse of what this might be. But of course, in future calls, we're going to talk more about this, but in the end, I'll explain what we're going to do in this series. Now, just coming back to the Zeniq ecosystem, because I'm talking about open source, I'm basically telling you that developers from all over the world are choosing to develop their solutions on Zeniq ecosystem rather than in other ecosystems in existence. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, but why would they do this? Why would they choose Zeniq? Well, first of all, I put some examples here, like have a very high speed of transactions and very, very small costs. So we are in an advantage comparing to most of the chains. And of course, some of these chains, there's even one example here that might have like slightly fast transaction, but is so unstable and sometimes not that secure that creates problems for developers all over the world. Of course, some projects, and I can highlight here Ethereum, even like 2 weeks ago, we have declaration from the guys from Ethereum saying that they're not happy with the roadmap. Well, we don't have this problem here because the roadmap of this now Zeniq ecosystem open to the community is by what you want. So you actually guys driving the roadmap, and this is super important because it helps the community helps the project go in the right direction, right? So this it makes already us a quite clear winner to where develop the projects. But besides that, we have all this unique structure that you cannot see in the blockchain. When I was mentioning this 360 ecosystem, we have the hardware solutions like the hubs, we have the Nomo app, which is this tailor-made application access to everything that exists in the ecosystem for anyone that possesses the app. And of course, the minters, which is like a very diversified way of generating value inside the ecosystem. So there's a clear winner, and that's the reason why I see so many developers from all over the world being inside this ecosystem. Right. And okay, this ecosystem is only keeping alive and growing because the community sees a value on this. And if the value is not clear for you listening to this call, I would just like highlight, let's say, the inside of here. Not the only ones, but I would say the most important ones that you should pay attention. So first of all, you need to understand that the Zeniq, the coin, the token, this is the fuel for all this ecosystem. So everything that's happening, even when you see like Voo project or any other project or other companies interacting, whatever they're doing, whatever the project they're doing, the underlying resource that enables everything to happen is Zeniq coin, Zeniq token. So this means that you, as a token holder, you have a very, very valuable asset in your hand, because not only a price tag, it's a future. It's a future of the ecosystem. The value, it's not referred to everything that exists now, but also all the stuff that are coming to exist, all the new projects coming, like Voo now expanding to Voo Travel and other spin-off projects. So all of this has as an underlying asset, the Zeniq coin, the Zeniq token. So it's super important that this is quite clear for the community. This token is the base of the ecosystem, right? So how can you generate value through this whole ecosystem, this whole mechanism that you created? First thing is the hub minting. It's your primary source of generating value, of acquiring assets. Zeniq coins, the other tokens you're minting. So this is your first step to start generating value. So besides that, these tokens that you extract and they have the value on themselves, they also the value for underlying value of all the projects happening in the ecosystem, as I just mentioned. So you have, let's say, one direct value and one secondary value that this token represents. Second thing is the liquidity providing. So now that you acquire your assets, you have the tokens, the coins, you can actually use this to provide liquidity for everything that's going on the ecosystem. So you have the DEX. The DEX is what allows you to jump from one project to the other, to trade, interact. And for every transaction that happens, it needs to some. And of course, if you're providing liquidity, you get rewarded for that. So you, as a liquidity provider, so if you have Zeniq tokens, Zeniq coins, you can actually use this to provide liquidity and, of course, generate some extra profit out of this. Normal as a web-on. So it's great because it's very easy to use. And of course, you're already used to the system. So nothing new. And of course, you won't have any issues like when using it. Another direct source of profit, like since the liquidity provider is more a passive source of income, you don't need to do anything, you just need to allocate your resources there, is trading. So once you have the DEX finished, you can use trading as a direct source of income. And of course, besides that, once a trade is performed, it generates a transaction which burns the fee. And with this fee burning, it means that you're increasing the scarcity of the token. So indirectly, while you're trading, if you are a token holder, it means that you're increasing the scarcity, so there's less tokens available. So the tokens you have, they become more unique. So these are the two main benefits of trading. And of course, this happens through the burning mechanism that I just mentioned. So for every transaction fee that happens in the ecosystem, half of this is burned, so it ceases to exist, which means that now there's less tokens in circulation, and therefore the tokens that are left, they have more value because people need this, everyone needs this, the whole ecosystem needs this to work. This is the underlying asset. This is the fuel I mentioned before. So if this fuel is becoming more rare and rare, it's more valuable. Now, you probably said what's coming next, since now there's not like a central entity like the Zeniq as a company, but you have a huge community of developers. Well, the interesting thing is that this international group of developers, they kept working on the projects, and especially the main projects requested by the community, to bring them to life. So one of the main projects that I just mentioned that's super important for earn with liquidity providing is the DEX V2, which is this DEX that's not restricted inside the Zeniq ecosystem, but also like multi-chain. So this is being requested for the community by a long time. And by what we are seeing, the prediction is that by the end of this month, latest in the beginning of the year, beginning of the next year, this is going to be released. And this will be amazing for the whole community because this project will demand generator for the token, right? So there's a lot of new transactions happening, a huge volume, and for all this volume, you need the underlying token, which is the Zeniq coin, Zeniq token. Liquidity providing, as I just mentioned, as a web-on, it's coming very soon on the normal app, and with that, you can allocate the assets you have so that they start working for you. So you provide liquidity, getting rewards on this. Besides that, we have several new projects. From VU, again, I already mentioned the VU Travel coming right next. We also have other huge projects, internationally speaking. For example, Transfero, I've been a few times traveling to Brazil to meet with them, work with them. I had a call with one of the main developers, and they're about to release something big in our ecosystem. So coming next days, maybe, I don't know, let's find out. Also Dynasty, which is super important because these guys work with real estate and luxury hotels. And when you think about working with aviation, but travel as a whole, it's super interesting that we have inside the same ecosystem potential partners that can enrich the experience inside the VU Travel app, meaning that the VU Travel has even more perceived value. Like these projects came to us, lots of other projects are still coming. I have I'm having conversation with a few more, and of course, much more to come. And I would also like to mention ZenCon Unchained, and that's why I have here. The ZenCon in the past very important to give visibility for the ecosystem. And thanks to ZenCon, several of these new partners coming, they understood the potential of the ecosystem, the size of it, and therefore we could do amazing things, amazing projects, right? So most of the new solutions you see in the next days, maybe during the next months, they are thanks to ZenCon. So we strongly believe that ZenCon, it's an amazing way to attract new projects, new talents. And now that we have so many nice companies helping us to realize these projects, we are looking forward for amazing editions. And of course, these editions bringing even better projects for the community, right? Don't have like a single vision anymore. So we have an open future. We have several companies interested in coming to our ecosystem, to our chain. And a whole new market is about to Transfero is working on a solution where it allows any Brazilian to access the ecosystem with just their normal application they use in their daily lives on the phone. So, like suddenly 200 million people have access to everything we have. 200 million people can start using VU Travel to do their flights. And imagine what is this for the holders. So this is what the future, right? And since now we're talking about the future, I'm pretty sure you are curious to see what is always coming next. You always want to be up to date. So this call is first of a series of regular calls we will be making to make sure that you, the community, are always up to date with everything. The projects we have and the projects about to come, right? So I hope I could give you a glimpse of the exciting future we have. We are more alive than ever. There's so many interesting projects coming, and of course, the amazing news that Gernot still has to give to you related to the projects, but I will leave this to him, of course. But thanks for your time, and of course, Gernot, once more, thanks for the invitation.
Sure. Thanks, Leo, and thanks to you. But as I told you at the beginning, we have also a second special guest. So Sasha, I hope you have the time also and the voice to jump in and to give us some information from your side, because I guess you have a special role also in the past, yeah, coming from with a different approach. And I guess this is also interesting for the people here in the call. What's the comments from your side? So Sasha, are you here? Can you hear us? Okay. Okay, Sasha is not here. No worries. As I told you at the beginning, we apologize. We have with the internet connection tonight. Leo, I guess we are yes. And as Leo told you at the end, we will start now with communication, and also on the side, we will start with a Wu1 chat the next days, and then we will have the possibility to directly get in contact with you. We will give you information about the progress of our project these weeks, so that you can see how VU Travel is growing and progressing, so that you really in the first row, and you can see everything we are doing and what we are thinking a little bit, because we are developing still our ideas. Okay, and yeah, we will try again to bring Sasha in. So Sasha, can you hear us right now? So please. Probably it doesn't. Let's see if I can bring him in again. So, okay, no, it's not he's not here last time. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not here. We tried the last. Okay. Okay. It's not working, unfortunately. I can't see him and hear him, and obviously jump in. And okay. No, it's not working. It's not working. Probably now. Okay. I guess he's online. Okay. He's not okay. He's not in the very okay. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Sorry for this, a little bit confusion, but if not this call, then for sure in the next call. And thank you very much from our side. Thank you for your time, your attention, and
Thanks once again, guys. It's
Yeah.
amazing to be back, and I can't wait more and bring you like exciting news. So,
okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and see you next. Thank you. Bye.